Okay, let's talk about where we've come. This is wild. 5 episodes. This is episode 6. I'm looking back over these 5 episodes and I'm like, wow, look at what's been created. This might be your first episode. Welcome. Anyway, I want to talk about this journey. So I'm working with my business manager and I was like, all right, we're going to launch in terms of Never Mind, I'll Ask Myself, the podcast. Great. And I was like, let me get some episodes moving so we can launch more than one at a time. And then I started making them. It's a really emergent process, meaning I didn't pick up the mic and have the whole curriculum planned of the arc of where I was going to go exactly. And all respect for those who create that way. And also, I want to give a shout out to those of us that create way messier, right? Where it's way more of a flowing, like your logical brain doesn't have an overarching plan. And that's actually really important. And I want to breathe some breaths and say some words and like validate that way of creating, and that it's so important and helpful to have a structure, which thank goodness I put that out here. The inspiration came in for Never Mind, I'll Ask Myself. In general, it was going to be this container to hold the big ideas and the big truths that I find to be super important to walk through the world as confident creators when all around us, there's a ton of critics and a ton of judgment. And it's like, yeah, well, you know what? Never mind, right? It's like, y'all aren't the only authority in the room. My sense of self, my sense of who I am, of what I'm about, who I am, it matters. And even if you can't see it this second, it doesn't mean it's not there. You know it's there. And so with that in mind, right, Never Mind, I'll Ask Myself was a container and it was a structure. And I asked it to be strong enough to hold what wanted to come through me, even though my creation style isn't one that maps out the whole trajectory and sticks with it. That's just not how it works for me. And like, love it, hate it, whatever, I need to accept it in order to create things in the world and in order to build some momentum around things. Because you can imagine, I am certainly one that lays it all out on paper. I mean, I'm a Virgo sun, which means I love to have a good plan. And I'm darn judgmental when I don't have a plan, right? My inner critic is no joke, which is one of the reasons I'm so well suited to teach this stuff, because that inner critic, she is nasty. But you know what? I have come to a place of relationship with her and mutual respect of her, and I do not let her treat me disrespectfully. She's welcome to come in with her, very precise tendencies and have her more rigid view of how things should go. I have come to a place where I welcome her and I welcome her astuteness. But you know what? I do not allow myself to be spoken to in a way that's not respectful, because I demand and deserve respect, period. Right? You all do as well, obviously, right? That's why we're here. So anyway, where was I even going with that? Oh yeah, structure. Okay. So I want to talk about, I think this episode is more or less about that combination of structure and creative flow. And that balance is one that we all get to find within ourselves and in the way that we create in the world and the way we bring our ideas out into the world. It's a balance that's really important to be aware of and then work with in a dance-like kind of way, right? You're going to be nimble, you're going to be adaptable, you're going to be listening, you're going to be here for it. And you want a combination of confidence. The confidence is the thing that builds the structure, right? I needed to be confident enough to be like, I want to do a podcast. It's going to be named Never Mind, I'll Ask Myself. And I want a business manager to help me execute it. Okay. So I put those things in place. That was that confidence that said, boom, I'm going to put resource towards this. I'm going to name it and I'm going to hold a space for it. And then literally I freaked out. I mean, this was all internal, but like, I was like, oh, what am I actually going to say? Like, I had the broad strokes of what the thing was about, But then you actually got to create the thing, right? You got to put paint to canvas. You got to put pencil to paper. You got to actually do the thing and create the thing. And so I had a bit of stage fright for a while. And then I just started to let it flow. Okay. And in the flow, I just put some things out there. And that's what the trailer of this show ended up becoming. That's what episodes 1 and 2 really were, right? They held the space that said, Darcy, this ain't clean. This ain't super clear. But you know what? It's got a name and it's got a structure and it's got a launch date. And now do some stuff, say some stuff. All right. You essentially rented out the stage. So get up there and perform, and see what comes, and trust it enough to let some stuff come. Even if it's like whatever, not that, amazing or genius or whatever, let it flow. And that's what episodes 1 and 2 totally were in this series, right? Or in this show. Okay. So, and you might feel that, like, if you go back and listen to them, I'm riffing. Like, I had no idea in the episode about fear. I literally did not know what I was going to cover when I pushed record. And then the story came out of me when I was tracking baboons in Tanzania. And I was like, whoa, I guess this story wants to be shared. And I rolled with it, right? Okay. So this is that combination that I'm in real time describing to you as you are taking in the creation of, never mind, I'll ask myself, I'm describing to you sort of like pulling back the veil on that creative process. Why, right? Like, why would I do that? Because I believe when you're in the presence of someone else genuinely sharing in an authentic way about what their process was like, yes, it can inform you, right? It can give you some data or interesting evidence about what someone else's creative process is like. And that's helpful and interesting. And it's a cool model, right? That you can be like, oh yeah, I think it's like, I'm like this way, but I'm not like this other way. And like, you can bounce off of it and be like, oh, I don't like how she said that. And I do like this, right? Like, all good, right? It helps you connect in with your own way of creating. And that's super, super valuable, right? By bouncing your way off of my way that I'm sharing, you get to know your way better. So I love that. Okay. But here's the other thing that I love, and why I love taking in other people who are creating cool and interesting things on the edge of this like creative, intuitive place. What else is happening here is that you're vibing, because in this exact moment, I'm vibing and I'm in a frequency of creation and a sense of like genuine authenticity in my creative energy. And I'm confident enough to push record and talk about it and then share about it. And therefore, in this moment, you're in the frequency of my creative energy, which is very alive, right? Which is very much in this like, right, like expansive place. Okay. And so just feel in it as you're in it right now. Feel yourself in it. Because this is what I find after I listen to someone who's in some kind of like their own energy, whether I'm listening to somebody who's creating something, talking about creating something, whether I'm listening to someone, whatever, when I'm with someone who's in a certain energy, my frequency gets to sort of like try out their frequency and their vibration. And then you feel something with it. And you might be like, oh, no thanks, and like push stop because it's like not my thing right now. That's totally fine. But also there might be this thing that like, I keep listening to this. I notice that I feel this way after. And that's a really cool thing to notice. So something of substance that I really want to say, right? Like there's the frequency and the vibe stuff and all that I think is super cool and important. That is a real thing that I want to mention here. But then some pieces of substance that I want to bring through, like content that I want to share, is just about the creative process of something like this show being born. Okay? I launched it with 5 episodes. And it turned out, as I looked back at that, I was like, wow, what a cool and beautiful arc those 5 episodes take you through. They essentially put into whatever, like 10, 15 minute episodes each. They walk you through what I walked, many, many, many private clients through, which is a process that says, number one, what's inside you matters a whole lot, and it has a whole bunch of authority mixed because it's based on your experience, your life experience, your true and real life experience, which is golden. Then all that you've learned from it, which is your wisdom, right? Which is super, super important. And you get to be in conversation and deep relationship with that. And yes, it's scary. And yes, it comes with all the things that being in relationship with something and someone comes with. And that's real, right? And we get to acknowledge that and address that. Because we're working with ourselves in it, we get to go at our own pace. No one else is pushing that pace along. And you might have what might be considered a quote unquote slower pace. Fine. You might have a faster pace. Fine. Like, no problem. What I realized sometime recently was that, like, my pace is pretty fast with this stuff. So I don't have to adjust it to other people's pace because I'm literally working inside myself. And that's when I was like, okay, so girl, make a podcast. Like, let's do this. Let's talk about this stuff. People will listen or they will not. And that's totally fine. It's beautiful, actually. It's beautiful. Okay. So you get to notice that this is a relationship you have with yourself, and it's profound and amazing and true and comes up with all the relational stuff that you deal with in the relationships outside your life. It comes up in the relationship with yourself, but it's so very, very valuable. It's worth every single bit of love, sweat, and tears you put into it. Okay. So that's the thing. Number one, you're a rich and deep individual with so much inside of you, and you get to come into deep, close relationship with that. Okay. Then from there, you deal with the fears that come up. You hold all that. You walk yourself through it. You build your courage muscles around all that. Fear is a natural part of the process. And I covered that in episode 2, right? And then number 3, it was like, hey, if you want to hang with yourself, let's make this a beautiful place to hang. Right? Let's make a cozy spot because you're the author of this experience. If you need a place that feels really loving and welcoming inside yourself, let's make it. And that's what episode 3 is. Okay? Build your cozy spot. Create your cozy spot within you. All right. And then from there, meet yourself in all these ways and meet all these aspects, both of yourself, but also other things you're in relationship with out in the world. Bring them into your cozy spot and be aware of the relationship you have with them, which is absolutely such a cool thing. And I hope that you check out episode 4 and really dive into that, because again, this is what I found when I walk clients through that in a live way, when I'm there with them on Zoom, on the phone, whatever it is, when I'm there with them, walking them through that process and they meet themselves in this deep way, these images, these feelings last. They stick with them. I have people years later come to me and talk to me about these images and how they've been anchors for them as they live their life, create in their life, as their life grows and changes. These images support them along the way. Okay, so that's episode 4. And then episode 5, it was like, wow, once we have this deep and rich, more connected relationship with ourselves, then we're able to steward and love and tend our ideas and dreams into becoming real things in the world. And that's where the whole creation bubble revelation, honestly, for me came about, where it's like, and now you get to make these creation bubbles. And that from there, you're building things and creating things in the world from this place of knowing that they're protected, they're seen, they're heard, they're understood, and then they're being shared bit by bit with the world. Okay. And that's also a very cool, there's like a mirror effect of what's happening in Nevermind, I'll Ask Myself, where I'm actually in that process and I'm sharing that process. Okay. And then you get to be a reflection that's seeing my process, experiencing my process, and then it helps you in yours. Okay. So it's like all mirrors, right? Everything's all mirrors anyway. And here we are in it. And I'm doing my best to just show up for the energy as it moves through me. And I'm sharing what I'm called to share. And then I'm trusting. I'm doing my best to just trust it all, and then build it out as I go. All right. So that's what this episode was looking to shed a light on, was really this seeing that overarching arc of where the show has been going so far, bringing you along with me. I'm so grateful you are here. And from here, I also want to give some other thanks. I want to name Eliza Cece, She is my business manager. She has been with me from the start of this adventure, and she, supports and stewards my work so beautifully. So I want to thank her. And I also want to give thanks to Christopher Lloyd Clark. He is the creator of Enlightened Audio. It is where I get all of the music and the background music and sound for this production. I want to thank him for his work. And I also just want to say, if you, would love to continue to be part of this, I have a really vibrant email that I'm sending out now that goes, a couple times a week. I'll send out emails and they'll be about the show. They'll be about the behind the veil. They'll be about things that I'm feeling and thinking as I grow this show. So if you have been excited about this adventure and you're on this adventure with me for right now, come be part of my email community. Just go to darcysky.com. And when you scroll down, you'll come to a place that talks about staying connected. And, you can, and I'd love for you to fill that out. Or you can go directly to darcysky.com/gift. And that's going to take you to the Creation Bubble, Build Your Own Creation Bubble audio series free gift that I offer, that I just created as a connector with this launch, because I was like, oh my gosh, make your own creation bubble. How cool is that? So I walk you through in 4 audios. I walk you through how to do that yourself. And maybe that sounds cool to you, or maybe you just want to be in my email community and be hearing from me each week. I would love you to join that with me. This is a ride. This is an adventure. This is us saying that what is inside of us matters. We might feel super close to it. We might feel like we're, a little bit distant or a little bit strangers with each other. And that's all okay. Because you know what? In any relationship, when you put work in, relationship grows, right? And this is like, when you put in work, you're actually doubling it up. Like, when you're in a relationship with someone and you're like, I really want to work on this. And they're like, yeah, not so much. It's like hard to be in that relationship because one person's doing work and the other is like kind of, just not really into it as much. Well, but this, because it's relationship with yourself, when you put work in, you're putting work in. So both sides are doing the work, which means the progress is like lightning speed, I find, because you're both putting the work in because it's all you. Isn't this fun? I mean, it's wild and fun. And I think it's super, super important in these times, especially when like the world outside is so noisy. It is so noisy. Things are moving so fast. To really spend time, energy, and attention connecting in with your places of wisdom within you that you've earned because of your life experience, because of your ancestry, because of your identity, because of all the things you've walked through in this life and beyond. It's all so important. And this show, the whole idea here is that you get to pay attention to that relationship, you get to grow in connection with that relationship, and you get to honor that relationship because it's so incredibly important. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, go to darcysky.com/gift to become part of my email community, and then we can stay connected around all this. All right. You all take care. I'll see you in episode 7. Bye.